As a big fan of cruising and of Royal Caribbean in particular, I'm a little bit concerned about news reports over the past couple of days about a magician called Ben Murphy who came to misfortune on one of the Royal Caribbean's ships. Now, Ben's an Australian entertainer, and I believe I've seen him on another ship, not a Royal Caribbean one. But anyhow, he's well known, and he does close-up magic. He does a one-man show, and he does the full razzmatazz, which he has done successfully in Australia and around the world. He tweeted some video, which I will show you, and he then made the comment that he was doing his show, which involved quite an intimate situation with a woman who had volunteered from the audience. And then someone, we're presuming it's her partner, has come up and pushed him quite dramatically, which you can see in the video. And according to Ben on social media, Royal Caribbean, the cruise line, did not do anything about it. Now, those messages have been removed, those posts, and Royal Caribbean's not commenting. Media that I've followed have been trying to contact Ben to find out some clarification, but some other people have weighed in and said they saw it happen and they were worried about the fact that families had seen this happen in the main auditorium on the ship. There's some indication that the cruise director had to intervene and look after Ben, and that he'd gone off stage and then came back on, continued the show. But his concern in his original post was that the person who'd done that to him had been allowed to enjoy the rest of their cruise, and seemingly Royal Caribbean had done nothing. Royal Caribbean has made some sort of statement saying that it's investigating the situation, which happened a couple of weeks ago. But if it's the case that there was no action taken immediately against this person, it would seem there is video. And so at least the person who took the video, not to mention at least several hundred other people in the theatre at the time, saw something. And now I've seen minor incidents on board and I've heard about others. It's certainly not a reputation that a cruise line wants to have, that this sort of thing can happen on board. And it seems to me quite curious the way that Royal Caribbean appears to be handling this or not handling it. I would have thought that a person who'd done that, on what we can see, should have been escorted off the ship at the first available opportunity. And I know of that happening to people for being rowdy, making noise, not even necessarily committing any kind of violence. So depending on whether we have the full story or not, it just seems wrong. And it seems like it's sending a really bad message at a time when we know, for example, the Carnival in the US is trying to really cut down on the number of incidents on board and has taken the bull by the horns, as it was, and really reminded us passengers that they do face being chucked off the ship, and more serious consequences potentially if they cause a disturbance or that they assault someone on board. So, what's going on here? Whether Royal Caribbean knows something that the rest of us don't, and you would think that they should know what was going on, that there were plenty of witnesses, although one report said that there weren't any. It's just very curious. And if I were in, crisis control for Royal Caribbean, I'd want to get the message out there that there was a reason why they didn't handle this correctly, or an apology for why they didn't handle it correctly in the way that I view it, and restating the fact that this just isn't on. You don't attack the magician, and potentially, you don't. I don't know, unless the video doesn't tell the whole story or whatever. But there really is no excuse for the kind of behaviour that seems to have happened in the theatre on board a Royal Caribbean ship. And as a frequent customer of theirs, a member of their Anchors Crown and Anchor Club, I'm a little bit concerned because I don't want that happening when I'm on board my next cruise. And so, yeah, the ball really would seem to be in Royal Caribbean's court here. I'm going to try to make more cruising videos along with my usual stuff. So if that makes you happy, make me happy by giving the thumbs up, making a comment, sharing the video, or as I always say, subscribe. And you'll be doing me a favor if you do so. That's all for now.